Jalen Samuels, and I'm here to talk about the Pan-African movement.
Hello, my name is Janiyah Oliver, and I'm here to talk about the Pan-African movement.
The Pan-African movement is a worldwide movement that aims to encourage and strengthen bonds between all people with African blood based on a common fate going back to the Atlantic slave trade. The movement extends beyond people living on Africa, with support based among the African people in the Caribbean, Latin America, and the United States. It is based on the belief that unity is important to economic, social, and political progress and aims to unify and uplift people.
Pan-Africanism is a belief that African peoples, both on the continent and in other countries, share not merely a common history, but a common destiny. The Pan-African movement is adopted the flag with the red at the top, black in the middle, and green at the bottom. The red represents the blood that unites all people of Black African ancestry and the blood lost fighting for freedom. The black represents Black people who exist on all continents around the world, and the green represents all natural wealth of Africa.
My name is Christian Hill, and I'm talking about the civil rights movement.
My name is Diego Diaz, and I'm going to talk about the movement. I forgot. Hello, my name is Diego Diaz, and I will be talking about the civil rights movement.
My name is Kasai Pender, and I'm here to talk about the civil rights movement.
The civil rights movement in the United States was a decades-long struggle with the goal of enforcing laws and legal rights for African Americans that other Americans already enjoyed. The movement achieved its largest gains in the mid-1960s after years of direct actions and protests that were organized from the mid-1950s until 1968. Leaders of the civil rights movement used different strategies and different groups to accomplish the goals of ending legalized segregation and discrimination in the United States. The movement used major nonviolent campaigns which led to federal law and federal protection for all Americans, especially minorities.
Between 1955 and 1968, forms of protest and civil disobedience include boycotts, such as the Montgomery bus boycott in Alabama, sit-ins such as the Greensboro sit-ins in North Carolina, and the Nashville sit-ins in Tennessee. There were also marches such as the 1963 Birmingham Children's Crusade and 1965 Selma to Montgomery marches in Alabama, and a wide range of other nonviolent activities. The list of leaders during this movement include famous people such as Martin Luther King Jr., Paul Robeson, John Lewis, Jesse Jackson, and Hank Aaron.
The laws that were created through this movement include the Civil Rights Act of 1964, banned discrimination based on race, color, religion, gender, or national origin in employment practices, and stopped racial segregation in schools, at the workplace, and in public restaurants. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 restored and protected voting rights for minorities. The Fair Housing Act of 1968 banned discrimination in the sale or rental of housing. The Civil Rights Movement led to more rights and freedoms for all of the minorities in America.
Hi, my name is Akina, and I'm here to talk to you about the Black Panther Party.
My name is Keyshawn Howell, and I'm here to talk to you about the Black Panther Party.
The Black Panther Party was an organization founded by Bobby Seale and Huey Newton on October 5, 1966. The Black Panther Party started after the police killed Matthew Johnson, an unarmed young black man in San Francisco. One of the founding members, Huey Newton, observed the violent rebellion that followed the murder. He had a vision that would distinguish the Black Panther Party from the different organizations seeking to build black power. Newton saw the anger of the people and decided to organize patrols to follow the police around to monitor for incidents of brutality.
The party was active in the United States from 1966 until 1982. When the Black Panther Party first started on October 5, 1966, the core practice was arming citizens to watch the behavior of officers of the Oakland Police Department and challenge police brutality in Oakland, California. In 1969, the community scrums became a core activity of party members. The Black Panther Party created community social programs, including free breakfast for children programs and community health clinics. Black Panther Party memberships reached an all-time high in 1970, with officers in 78 cities and thousands of members. Unfortunately, by 1980, Black Panther membership had dwindled from thousands to just 27. Different efforts from the FBI and the abuse of power within the party led to the Black Panther Party's ending.
My name is Kajani Akwa. Wait, what was he going to say again? My name is Kajani Akwa, and I am here to talk about the Black Lives Matter.
Hi, my name is Kamaya Chase. I'm here to talk to you about the Black Lives Matter movement.
The Black Panther Party led the way for other organizations and movements to help making sure African Americans are treated fairly. One movement that we're all familiar with is the Black Lives Matter movement. Black Lives Matter is a movement created in the African American community that stands against violence and racism towards black people. Black Lives Matter holds protests speaking out against police killings of black people and issues such as racial profiling, police brutality, and racial inequality in the United States criminal justice system.
In 2013, the movement began with the use of the hashtag Black Lives Matter on social media after George Zimmerman was found not guilty in the shooting death of African American teens Trayvon Martin in February 2012. Black Lives Matter became nationally recognized for its street protests following the 2014 death of two African Americans, Michael Brown and Eric Garner. The creators of the hashtag and call to action, Elise Garza, Pertice Colors, and Opal Timidity, expanded their projects into a national network over 30 local chapters between 2014 and 2016. The overall Black Lives Matter movement, however, has no headquarters.